while we wait for people to show up. Let's see. Whoa. Cool. Here comes people. This might be a little short tonight, guys. I'm well, I'll wait till a few more of you get here. Ooh. Till then, make some drinks. Hope everybody brought their drinks. What the fuck is wrong with this lighting? Weird. Oh well. It's not gonna be a very long one anyway. How's it going? Just trying to catch up. It's Dan over there. All right, I'm gonna type. I see people in here, so hopefully my mic is working this time. Huh? There it is. Cool. Now it's coming. What's up? Straight out of money. Straight out of money. It's funny. I was gonna say straight out of Compton. Like what? Yo, Savage Animal. What's up? Hail Satan. How you doing? Everybody have a good week. Cool. Now there's enough people. Yeah, it probably won't be very long. I took some mushrooms earlier, like at 2, and I'm all good now. I wasn't that bad. I mean, we just went to the beach and shit. It was fun, but I'm still kind of my head's a little, and I feel like going to the bar and having some drinks. But had a good time. So I assume everybody can hear me, right? Otherwise, people hopefully would say. Last weekend we had a little microphone issue. I had a pretty uneventful week. Wish there's something cool to share, but nothing really special. So you guys can hear, right? Everybody bring their drinks? Anybody drink anything? This stuff is called a scapegoat. No, scape. Fuck, I just put it back up there. Scape something. Looks like a coffin. It's kind of cool. It's from Australia, I think. Let me see. Scape Grace. It's expensive, man. It's like $45 a bottle. I didn't pay for it, but not really a big gen guy. I mean, it's okay, but I'm not going to spend it, especially $45. When I spend $45 on a bottle, it's going to be like bourbon. So nobody's typing. Somebody type in if you can hear me, just so I know, because last weekend we had an issue. And I hate to sit here and talk to myself. I only do that when I'm really stoned. There you go. Thank you. Appreciate it. That's what I was waiting for. Straight out of money. Straight out of Monkeys. 12 Monkeys. You guys seen that movie, 12 Monkeys? That's pretty fucking cool. What do you guys want to talk about, man? Anything cool going on in the news? I don't watch the news. Other than I've heard something about Iran launched a missile somewhere at us, a base. Did it hit? Probably not, huh? Not yet, man. Not yet. I sent an email, though, 2 days ago. So I sent it a little premature. They said by February. If I don't hear from them by February, it's close enough. About halfway. I sent an email, goes, hey, remember me? But that was just 2 days ago on Friday. So what's the deal on Iran? With somebody fucking they launched a missile at our base or something? Did they hit it? No, probably not. They're probably all over the news if it was. Well, probably is all already over the news. I don't watch TV. Good. I hope somebody does something up there. About time I go in there and smoke somebody. Never hits. It's like, are we the only one with good missiles anymore? Korea is launching shit at us too. Like, no, not yet, Hail Satan. I'm not even sure if there's going to be one anymore, man. It's to get convoluted, and I don't think that we're going to be able to get enough people to really justify it happening. Honestly, man, I don't think it's going to happen. And just it sounded like a good idea at the time. And then when I started to scout for people, there's not a lot of people that I think would bring a big draw. I mean, to justify trying to sell tickets to an event, and I don't think we can get enough people to do it. I'm not quite positive on that yet. I got to run by the other dude, which I haven't talked to for a while about it, but he seemed to kind of maybe lose a little bit of interest. I'm not sure. So basically, yeah, I'm not really sure, but I don't think it's going to happen. I really don't. I mean, I got the money to do it myself now, which is before I didn't. But if even if I was to fund it, I just I don't think I would, just because I don't think I could resell the tickets at a reasonable price. See, if I sold everybody who showed up a ticket for $1,000, no, you know what I'm saying? Like, I was hoping to keep the tickets reasonable, like $50, something like that. But I did the math, and I don't think it's going to happen. But thinking possibly, instead of billing it as a left-hand path consortium thing, just invite a bunch of people and have a fucking party somewhere, and see who shows up. That might be fun too. And I think maybe some of these presenters who, and if we're not selling tickets, might just see that as a way to get to meet everybody. And I don't know. I would fucking do it, man. If there's a big ass party like that, left-hand path party type thing, no presenters, no tickets, just fucking, this is where we're going to be at. This is what we're going to do. If I can get here, that would be cool. I would do that, as opposed to buying a ticket, having to go through that shit. Just show up and get fucking have fun. So yeah, I'm going to try to move these to Sunday nights from now on. I don't know. I'm trying to figure out the nights the best. It doesn't seem to be Saturday seems to be, I can only do it late, really late. Well, late my time. Late my time is late your time too, unless you're in the UK. But seems to be the case. But yeah. Fuck. I don't have anything to talk about, guys. And I'm kind of my brain is all gooey from the mushrooms still. So I'm like, brr. But so I'm gonna call it a night. Just because I just want to show up to say hi to everybody, because I told everybody what I wasn't expecting to take the mushrooms today. It was one of those things where it was like, hey, can I get some mushrooms? I'm like, yeah. Like, do you want to come with us to the beach and do them? I'm like, yeah. So we just went to the beach. But yeah, I think I'll just keep this on Sundays, man, at the same time. Seems earlier, and I think people are more inclined to participate and show up if it's not fucking in the middle of the night for them. Oh, look, now more people are showing up, so I'm going to go. Unless you guys have any topics to talk about? I don't. I totally wasn't prepared. I didn't even remember that I scheduled this until like halfway through my trip. I was like, oh, fuck. Really? Strange little man about the joy of Satan? That's cool. Billy, different day and time, just because Saturday at 11 o'clock PST, for the majority of the country, it's late. It's like, what? If it's 11, so it's like, what? 1 a.m., 2 a.m., 3 a.m. I think this is probably too late for a lot of people. But yeah, and Sundays, I think people are more inclined to also be off. Yeah, so I think Sunday's probably a better deal for most people. If I do it at 9 o'clock this early, probably more people are going to be able to make it. But we'll see. So far, I was wrong, because right now, last week there was like, I think 30 something people. Now there's like just hit 10. So maybe I was wrong. Maybe Saturday is a way to keep it. Yeah, just trying to make it convenient for everybody else. I didn't even know the Joy of Satan was still around. Little man, Joy of Satan. So if I remember correctly, Joy of Satan is a theistic group that thinks like Satan is inky, and they have some like blending of like some Nazi shit in there. Been a while. They were kind of big at what, like maybe almost like 10 years ago when I first got on YouTube. They were kind of floating around. But yeah, I thought that I remember them a little bit. In fact, I made a video about it. I think I made a video. It's called The Joy of Satan. In fact, I know I did, because it's actually kind of popular. It has like 40,000 hits or something like that. I'm like thinking like people must not understand what I'm talking about. They just read the title. The title's catchy. Because yeah, but I don't know. I should have to go and check out this. I remember the Maxine Dietrich, I think something like that, was the one of the founders. I don't know about the whole Nazi thing at all. I mean, that's what people said. I mean, I think maybe back then it might have been different too. I don't know what the hell happened to them. I don't hear a peep from them. Yeah, Casey, what's up? Got this bad boy working now. It's out. Scapegoat Jen. It's in a coffin. That's fucking awesome. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Of course, she claims she's psychic. Anybody that claims that nonsense. Like, if you're psychic, you should be able to predict shit. You know, why are you like peddling bullshit on the internet? It's like what's that dude? E.A. Cooting, that guy. You can really summon demons, and and your spells work and shit. Why'd you get arrested 5 years ago for possession of meth and a firearm? Why can't you like predict these things, right? Or why can't your demons protect you? Why don't you just like summon them to fucking go get you money, or what I'm saying? If you have special powers of some sort, then why have you not used them to improve your lot in life? That's basically, of course, nobody can, because everybody's full of shit. So that's just my take on it. Shit. I mean, if I could summon demons, man, you think I'd be sitting here on YouTube? Fuck no, I'd be fucking shit up. I would be terrorizing people. I'd be out fucking destroying shit. I'd be out getting like stealing shit. Yeah. But so no, I can't summon demons either. I believe in the people. No, the bottom line, no, I don't believe in ghosts. It's an interesting idea, but I think the ghost is in the imagination. Don't know. I've never had I've never had a ghost experience. I've had some I have 2 alien experiences, but never a ghost experience. Not alien as in abducted bullshit, but well, I shouldn't say bullshit because I don't know about that, but I've whatever sightings, I guess you should say. Ghost, no. I saw one weird thing, but it definitely wasn't a ghost. I don't know what it was. It wasn't a chupacabra. I don't know what the fuck it was. That was in the Tucson desert. I was one of 5 people that saw it too, but no ghosts. Nice idea though. You guys believe in Bigfoot? I got a buddy of mine who believes in Bigfoot. Really smart guy, but for some reason, he's a Bigfoot enthusiast. AK had left the party. He's left the party a couple times, but this time it's probably for good. I don't know where AK is. He's nope, left the party. AK exited back door. I have seen a UFO. In fact, I was one of 10,000 people. 10,000, I think. Yeah, who saw the Phoenix Lights. At least 10,000. I forget if it was 40,000. That was back in 1997. I saw the Phoenix Lights. That was cool. Was delivering pizza back then in 1997, and people were like pulling over and shit in the road, and I didn't know what was going on. I thought there was an accident or something, so I pulled over too. When I saw people like getting out of the car and like pointing up and shit, I didn't know until I got out and I looked up and I was like, "What the fuck?" And it was kind of at a distance, but basically I could tell that there were several lights that didn't actually take time to count them, but at least like 5, 6, 7. They're kind of in a U-shaped formation, and when it went over a certain part of the city, it wasn't going super fast, and it's hard to tell how high it was because the thing, based on like an airplane at that altitude, like, but you can't tell that easily from the ground. My guesstimate though was this thing was probably fucking 200 times bigger than an airplane, and it had lights on it in certain parts of the city where it went in and out where the sun was hitting the clouds. You could see like a kind of a shape, basically, that it wasn't just individual lights. It was those lights were connecting to shape, and shape kind of looked like a boomerang. And that was it. That's all I saw. I watched it for about 45 seconds, and then it got to the point where I couldn't see the shape anymore, and it was just lights again. And then I took off because I was working, and by that point it had flew so far, and lights just look like lights, but it wasn't until the shape. That's all I was interested in. But I saw that in 1997. Seen a couple weird things, but nothing. That was by far the most significant ones. The other ones could easily be explained by whatever, but that was really the only one I would say that I thought was definitely a UFO as far as being not man-made and not natural. happenings. But no, I didn't see ET waving outside going, "Hey, what's up, Phoenix? You go Suns." I didn't see anything like that, but I did but who knows? Who knows what it was? Could have been. I don't think we have the ability to put something that big in the air. Just because as big as that thing was, if you guys know how loud a jet is. Jet airplane is fucking loud. And not even way up there, it's fucking loud. And this thing was, like I said, a couple hundred times bigger than an airplane. So how would you make that fucking not, rattle everybody's windows out of their car? Don't know. Maybe it was some military thing. Maybe it was even, I've even heard somebody say it might have been time travelers, like lefting or revisiting the past. And maybe it was man-made, but in the future, could be interdimensional beings. Who the fuck knows, man? I mean, there's a few, but I doubt it was human. I doubt it was man. So. Morning glories. Fuck that. Isn't morning glories Jimson weed? Yeah, that demon in the desert was weird, man. I don't know. I'm not gonna say it was a demon, but I don't know what the fuck it was. Definitely wasn't an animal. Not anyone we've ever seen. Conspiracies, yeah, man. I believe JFK was assassinated. I believe the first moon landing, may have been faked. I believe we've been there since, but I don't know if the first one was real. I saw a lot of evidence to support the fact that it wasn't possible at the time, and a lot of the shit, just the technology, the way it was filmed, like the flag moving when there's no air, shit like that. I mean, there's a lot of things, not just that. But that's one I remember off the top of my head. Yeah, the alien thing, I think, again, I think 98% of it's bullshit. Sightings can be, explained. A lot of, I think 90% of the reports of people, being abducted and shit like that are just fucking straight up lies, or, some sleep paralysis. I don't know, some form of, delusion. It's hard to say, but I believe that, there's a certain percentage, even if it's even if 1% is true, even if 1% of it's true, that still makes it the fact that we're not alone and still worth investigating, right? I mean, fuck, 1%. So now there's, thousands of real sightings. Morning glory, I think that's Jimson weed, isn't it? Morning glory, Jimson weed, nightshade. I think that's the same thing, isn't it? If it is, fuck that. I had a bad experience with Jimson weed not too long ago. It grows wild out here in San Diego. Probably grows all over the country wild, or lots of places. But made some tea out of that shit. That wasn't a hallucinogen, but it paralyzed me, man. I could barely move. I could barely stand up. I like light in bed. I tried to roll over. I'd have help just to push me up. It was weird. Oh, they're different? Okay. I don't remember what morning glory is. The demon thing was just by a landfill, and I think there's four or five of us, and we're just drinking and lighting fires, and it was a new landfill in the desert. So, but the landfills are fucking deep. They're like 5-6 stories deep, maybe even a little bit more. It's hard to say. And they're at least the size of a football field. And but the way they cut them with something so that they're flat. So it's not like a rounded hole like somebody could climb with the side. In order to climb out of that thing, if you didn't go the one way where you could drive down in it, you'd have to have like grappling shit because it's pretty vertical. And yeah, and then we heard something. We had spotlights, and one of the guys had a spotlight and fucking in his truck and plugged it in and looked around. We could see something on the edge of it, and it was just it had what looked like legs and arms. But the problem was with it is the legs and arms were as long as its body. So if you can imagine like your arms being each of your arms and each of your legs being 6 feet tall, and then the torso itself being 6 feet tall, that's about what it looked like. Actually, it wasn't that would make sense. That's the wrong math. Let's say either way, the arms and legs were the same size as his body, the whole body from the head to, it was disproportionate. Its arms and legs are twice as long as they should have been. And it was all black. And when we shone the light on it, when the light actually hit it, because it was like a beam, right? It spread out a little bit, but when the beam actually hit it, it would move. And like almost like the light hurt it, like it didn't like it. I mean, maybe that wasn't it. Maybe it just noticed itself in the light. It was hard to say because we couldn't see its face, except for what it looked like when it would turn sideways or move to a certain direction. It looked like it was looking that way. When it turned, it had like not a human silhouette like that, but like more of a snout, like a dog, but it wasn't as long as a dog, more like a cat, kind of like that. Like if you were to put a muzzle on like that, it's kind of like that. Still don't know what the fuck that is. We ended up losing sight of it. It kind of trip off, and then couldn't see it anymore. No, I wasn't. We weren't using it at all. We had been drinking, but we had just gotten there like maybe an hour, maybe 2 hours into our trip. So I probably I had drinking a little before. I probably all day that day because this is at night. Probably maybe 6, 7 beers, but that's from like noon all the way up to like at nighttime. So that's over the course of like 8 hours. That's barely enough to give you a DUI. I mean, if you were to pace yourself. So no, I wasn't drunk. I mean, I'd been drinking, but I wasn't stoned, wasn't tripping, wasn't anything. And the fact that other people saw it too, I was like, everybody there saw it. So that's what's true. Right on, Caleb. I'm trying to get drunk. I'm working on it. You don't want to be the Drunken Monologues unless I'm drunk, right? Ooh, gin. No, it wasn't a bobcat either, man. Unless a bobcat has legs and arms and can rappel up flat ledges, up a side of a can't like 8 stories of loose gravel. No, it wasn't a bobcat. It wasn't an animal. It didn't move like an animal. It zigzagged up like that in weird ways, way faster than an animal could. And an emotion that even if it was somebody like repelling, they wouldn't be able to do that. Unless they're fucking Spider-Man. That's why I call it the evil Spider-Man. The videos I think might be called the evil Spider-Man, I think. That's because that's the only thing that I could see that moved like that. Was Spider-Man from the movies. Let me see. I'm trying to catch up here. Let's see. Did you orange about how about orange sunshine? What about it? Ooh, that's some sort of acid. Ooh, I've been lucky not to get a DUI. I should have had many. I got out of 2. Not out like arrested, but I talked my way out of 2, which never happens. So don't hope on that. Making a new Satanic fashion shirt. I've got several new ones. Well, it depends. If it's Satanic fashion is in just a shirt in general or Satanic fashion in general. Last one I made was like a few days ago, man, maybe like less than a week ago. I did a remodel of the Thor hammer. I took the Thor hammer and altered it and made it tribal looking and kind of added a more satanic element to it. Where is it? Damn it. I have it on a piece of paper somewhere, but I don't know where it is. But yeah, it's pretty cool. I mean, I'm actually going to order one too. Thanks for reminding me. I forgot to order it tonight. Just because I try to order, obviously, I've got like 90 shirts, 90 different designs. Can't afford to order them all. Well, either way, I'm not going to order them all. I don't need fucking 90 shirts. But the certain ones I wanted that, I like the best. I order shit, they're up here. But whatever. Yeah. But yeah, if you want something custom, I can do something custom for you too. So if you send me the image, I can see if it'll work. Depends on what it is and depends on my Photoshop capabilities, which is vastly improved since I've got this shirt shopped. It's one thing to make, an image this big, right? On the computer, an image that looks like really nice is like that big in real life. So I have to blow my shit up to like 5,000 pixels. And the average thing is like, I think like 600 pixels. So gets unless you're really creative, it gets complicated. Yeah, if you send me an image, I can do it most likely. Yeah, the Adderall thing did work. Well, it was Vanese or whatever it was. Yeah, it worked. I mean, it worked. But you build a tolerance to it. I mean, I still drink now. I just don't drink like I did. I don't power drink anymore. It basically, yeah. I mean, it did work. Basically, yeah. I needed to get off it for so long because it was hard to stay. I mean, it's still hard. I mean, Casey quit drinking. He's in recovery, but I'm not in recovery. I mean, and by no means you would, I basically traded one habit for another, but the habit I traded for, the amphetamines, were preferable because I was about to drink myself to death. So having seizures and shit like that when I tried to quit drinking. So now I'm fine. Like I drink maybe 3 drinks a night. That's it. I still take the pills, but they're not. I don't know. Maybe maybe it's just I'm used to it. But I've gotten myself into a pattern where I don't drink as much, and the pills maybe it's that I haven't tried stopping taking those pills for any length of time. So, but yeah. Vasenin is stronger. Vacant. That's not what I'm taking. Oh yeah, thanks, man. Cthulhu. That's one of my favorites, man. That one, shit, it's up there too. That's one of my favorites because it came out really good. The image I designed myself. Well, I took somebody's image and then I made it, put all the texture in it. Basically, I didn't do the line work. Vacanese. I think we're talking about the same thing, Marcel. Vacanese or Vavanese, something like that. Yeah. Well, if that's what it is, I don't think it's stronger than blow. I mean, I snorted them too. Don't recommend it because it's very, very fine powder. Unlike Coke or any other thing you snort, the powder is so fine in that pill, the capsule, that it goes right through. It goes right into your lungs. I snorted them for like 3 or 4 days, and like I had a lung infection, not infection. Well, probably, but I had fucked up lungs for like 2 weeks, like because all the powder just settled in my lungs. But I don't know. Some people think that like Adderall isn't shit for me, but I guess if you're used to the real thing, we used to fucking condensed amphetamine, meth, Adderall's like for kids, but but I don't know. Adderall's blue, right? I'm pretty sure that's a blue shit. Cause I remember snorting those when I was younger, and like we'd all have like blue fucking snot and shit, and everybody knew what it was. That's probably why they dye in blue, so you don't snort them. It's funny. Vavanese, there it is. Vavanese, thanks. That's the one. Yeah, that's what I got too. I got a prescription for that. Yep. My drinking it is worse. My drinking at its worst was waking up every day and having to dry heave or puke and having the shakes. That was pretty bad. And if I didn't drink at least like say 3 drinks, I was pretty much useless. Like, I was sick, I was dry heaving. The only way to make that go away is to keep drinking. That was it. So I got to the point where I had to drink to not be sick. And that went on for about a year. And then I did finally manage to quit. And then I had seizures from quitting, which Casey will know if ever you detox like that, like immediately. I even tried to taper myself down, but it's hard to taper yourself down. But anyway, yeah, I quit, and several times and crashed one car, had a seizure in like CVS, which is like a Walgreens. Had another seizure at the time, my girlfriend's car. Luckily, they weren't painful. I don't remember them, but yeah. So then I just said, "Fuck it, I'm done." And they're like, "Go to rehab. You can go to rehab." I'm like, "No, not going to rehab because I don't like rehab. I've been there once before, a long time ago." But I did. I quit. I quit. I quit for shit. I don't know, not a whole long time, maybe 3 months. Didn't drink at all, and then I started drinking again. And now I've just handled myself where I rarely go over 3 drinks a day. But it works for some people. The alternative was to you go to rehab, or I don't know. Is what it is. Yeah, Savage. That must be some good meth. Most of the meth today is crap, but if you can hit a line and be high for 12 hours, that's the old school shit, dude. That was the old school meth. Yeah, Casey, I cheated, man, and with the meth and then later on, following the meth was the Vavanese or whatever it's called. I started with the meth first because I didn't have Vavanese, and the meth was just easy to come by and it's cheap. Did that for several months, and then I switched to the pills, the Vavanese, which is also amphetamine. It's just it's prescription grade. It's probably made of more pure shit. Meth is just a concentration of amphetamines, but I didn't want to be doing meth all that long because then I'll develop a meth habit, and meth has negative side effects. Actually, everything has negative side effects. So does Vavanese, which is amphetamine, but you know what I'm saying. But yeah, the old school meth was fucking strong. That shit from 20 years ago, that shit you could do a line and be high for at least a day. Now you'd be high for a few hours. They took away all the really good ingredients to make meth, which makes they still make meth, but now they got to make it in other countries and try to import it. And anyway, it's not something you could easily cook in your kitchen anymore, So, I mean, yeah, and you can cook it in your kitchen using alternative forms of amphetamine, but it's not as good. And then it gets stepped on a lot. But now, back then, it was expensive. Well, it's all relative, I guess. But it's cheap now. It's cheap, but the quality is not very good. So people just buy more and do twice as much because it's half the price. Yeah, I wouldn't. I mean, detoxing from alcohol, obviously should be done. The advice was I would never advise anybody to detox with meth. I mean, I had already had a couple rounds with meth. I mean, I had been strung out on meth the first time, and then the second time I had pretty good round with it. But so I kind of knew what to expect, and I kind of know where my limit is, and I kind of know when I'm getting to that point. If you're gonna try to detox from alcohol using meth or any amphetamine, well, I don't know about any amphetamine. Make sure you eat it. Don't because most people who do meth smoke it and or snort it. It has way different effects on you. If you eat it, it's not as intense, but it lasts longer. It's more of a body high, which I think is for some reason it works a lot better to curb your habit of drinking when you smoke it or whatnot. It does curb your habit, but not as much, and it's more intense, and it's but it doesn't last as long. And I think that's where you develop a habit is when you're having to constantly do it and do it and do it, do it. Whereas if you eat it, you're good for like half a day, and it's like, and you're not that high. You're not like tweaking out and fucking, where you can't work and shit. It's like, or you can't really, not be tweaking. So when you eat it, it's a lot more subtle. That was it. Like nobody knew. I mean, maybe it's sometimes people would know because I had to figure out how much to take. Because there's a trial and error thing there where it's like, doctor doesn't know. Like, doctor, how much meth should I take today? Well, let me see. It's like, little pinch in coffee. Sometimes I overdid it. Sometimes I, but it's, I don't have any advice. It's probably a bad idea. I'm not saying that, it's a fail safe for everybody because I'm sure there are a lot of people who get addicted to meth too. But that's why I switched to the pills though, because I didn't want to keep doing that. Well, Marcel, that's kind of weird because I kind of like feel that way too, where it's what's up, brother? Behemoth, I see you up there. Let me scroll up here and see how I missed. Yeah, it's where was I? Now I'm forgetting. Sobriety, that's right. Yep. Yeah, I used to be really big. Like, I was like, I've had a lifetime experience with drugs, starting at the age of like 14. I'm 43 now, so almost 30 years. And with the exception of, I mean, I really didn't get heavily though into drugs, with the exception of LSD, hallucinogens, which I didn't get into anything like pills or meth or coke until later, until I was probably my 30s. But to me, trying to quit drugs, it's more stressful to me than the actual doing the drugs themselves. Having to constantly remind myself to be sober, having to remind myself, oh, I can't drink, especially fucking drinking. Like, I'm never going to quit drinking. I tried, and you know what? It's much better that I just curb it. Yeah, I'd use meth to curb it. I cheated, but it worked. It's still working for now. I mean, it may not work forever, but I think I got it under control where I now I can like actually, wake up and I don't drink until, several, maybe not even till like fucking at night when I get home. But whatever it is, yeah, sobriety causes me anxiety. That causes me more anxiety than the drinking. I'm not depressed. I just enjoy drinking. I mean, I actually don't really have anxiety or depression unless I try to stay sober, and then I'm giving myself anxiety by stressing over staying sober. So now I just drink in moderation. Who taught me the meth thing though? The trick to that was an old biker dude. The guy I haven't seen in a while, and I was talking to him, and I was like, he was in recovery for a while too. I met him in recovery actually, in AA thing, and a long time ago, and I ran into him, and as he was asking about my sobriety, and I told him that I was struggling with it, blah blah blah, and I said, "Fucking," I told him where I was at, and he's like, dude, you ever try meth? And he was like an old Hell's Angel guy, like retired for like a long time. But this guy's old. He's like in his like late 60s. And he's just like, you ever try meth to fucking do it? I'm like, what? That's ridiculous. He's like, how do you think we did it, man? That's how a lot of us kicked the fucking bottle. It's your meth, because we were running meth, and that was fucking, we had tons of it. We just started, just a little bit, so we're not tweakers. And he's like, a lot of people like went too far. He's like, but that worked for a lot of us. A lot of us got off the booze because of that, using that method. So I tried it, and he was right. Go figure. Want a drink? Oh, the non-alcoholic. Casey, that was like, man, I tried that too, man. I tried the fucking Old Milwaukee's non-alcoholic, and I tried the O'Doul's. I tell you what, man, that almost made me just Jones more. I mean, it sounded like a great idea. Like the first time I tried it, man, it was like, oh yes. But then it was just like, I don't know, I just Jones for it. And it's fucked up, but they sell the O'Doul's is just as expensive as Budweiser, if not more. And it's like, what? Like, you should be like selling this shit for fucking next to nothing to help these people, right? Try to, you should be giving like a fucking alcoholics discount. Your fucking Budweiser made most of these alcoholics, fucking at least now give them the shit for half price. I don't know. Fuck. That's what I would do. Maybe. All right, guys, I'm gonna head out of here, man. Thanks for talking. I'm gonna cut this one a little short. I'm feeling kind of funky. Still have the mushrooms going on. I want to get to the bar while I'm in this weird mood and see what happens, because I usually don't go out to like bars where there's a lot of strangers, but I'm going to. So thanks, guys. I'm gonna probably change this to Sundays, man. See what happens. Just because it doesn't seem to make much of a difference either way. So, but I think a lot of more people will be apt to join us if it's not so late. So, you guys.